In Victoria, one date changed the starting point for engineered stone work, the 1st of July 2024. The prohibition is specific, and so are the limited exceptions. This video separates what is banned from what may still be permitted when existing engineered stone is involved. Since that date, Victoria has banned work involving the manufacture, supply, processing and installation of engineered stone benchtops, panels and slabs. Keep every part of that statement together. The jurisdiction is Victoria, the products are benchtops, panels and slabs, and the prohibition began on the 1st of July 2024. The Victorian prohibition does not mean that every stone-like product is banned. Do not treat all stone, porcelain, sintered stone, concrete, bricks, tiles or finished products as engineered stone. The material and the proposed work must be considered within the Victorian definition and its stated exclusions. In Victoria, engineered stone is an artificial product containing at least 1% crystalline silica by weight. It is created by combining natural stone materials with other chemical constituents and then hardening the product. That definition is subject to stated exclusions, which this video does not expand or generalize. The prohibition has limited exceptions, including certain repair, modification, removal and disposal work involving existing engineered stone. Limited is the important word. An existing installation does not create an automatic permission to process, repair, modify, remove or dispose of it. Before any legacy activity is treated as permitted, the basis for that permission must be established and the applicable controls must be in place. This video does not advise anyone to cut, grind, polish, sample, repair or remove installed stone. It explains the boundary, it does not demonstrate the work. If already installed stone cannot be identified, Victorian guidance gives two paths. It should be tested by an appropriately accredited laboratory, or it should be treated as engineered stone until determined otherwise. The abstract material cards shown here are not identification, testing or a laboratory result. Cutting, grinding and abrasive polishing engineered stone can release crystalline silica dust. Exposure can cause silicosis, lung cancer, kidney disease, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, and autoimmune disease. These are approved hazard statements, not a diagnosis of any person or a prediction of an individual health outcome. Effective engineered stone risk control follows the hierarchy of control. The approved sequence includes elimination, substitution, isolation, and engineering controls. Administrative controls and personal protective equipment are less effective when used alone. The hierarchy shown here is a generic educational model, not proof that a workplace has selected or implemented suitable controls. In Victoria, a permitted engineered stone process requires a crystalline silica hazard control statement before work starts. That requirement belongs only to a process already established as permitted. The generic statement card on screen is not a real control statement, not a completed form and not evidence that work may proceed. The crystalline silica hazard control statement can be incorporated into a SWMS when the engineered stone process is part of high-risk construction work. A SWMS does not automatically replace the control statement. The required information and the applicable trigger must both be present. Poor housekeeping and dried slurry can become secondary sources of respirable crystalline silica. The approved point is to collect slurry while it is wet and manage it to prevent dust release. No dry sweeping, compressed air cleaning, dry processing or dried slurry disturbance is shown or recommended. These definitions, exceptions, documents and procedures are Victorian. They must not be presented as the rule for every Australian jurisdiction. The film stays inside the approved Victorian boundary and does not add exclusions, permitted activities, controls, personal protective equipment, monitoring or disposal details beyond the approved claims. Generic visuals are not material identification, a laboratory test, a permitted work determination, a hazard control statement, a SWMS, an exposure assessment, a health monitoring result, a procedure, an inspection, a clearance or proof of compliance. This video gives no disease diagnosis and no guarantee of compliance, exposure control, health, audit or legal outcomes. Get started free, https://app.bluesafeonline.com.or/register